And again, folks, we want to welcome you on, of course, to our opportunity tonight, MasterCoin Plus. Of course, simple, proven, and profitable, and what it is for us to understand what that's going to mean. And we'll move some slides ahead for you. Let me make sure the system is working A-OK. There we go. And what is the cryptocurrency? What is the industry itself that we're looking at tonight? What makes MasterCoin Plus and our migration with our double Bitcoin, all the things we'll talk about this evening, what makes it so different? Where is the, how are people coming and finding out about our company? Well, most importantly, it is a U.S.-based company with a worldwide reach into all these markets that you're hearing. You may be hearing about Bitcoin, you're hearing about Ethereum, you're hearing about Litecoin, you're hearing about all these different things. You're like, what is it? Is it a currency? Is it a commodity? What is it that this company or this industry is offering? Well, you can kind of see just in some of the things on our page here for you, from mining to profitability to peer-to-peer to banking to digital coin. How does that work for you and I? As I grew up and working for different entities, but of course my dad was an entrepreneur most of his life. I read a book called Think and Grow Rich years ago, and it talked about there were two areas that people would end up at the age of 65. He said that basically that 97% of the population were going to end up relying on friends, family, and the federal government for financial dependency, while the other 3% figured it out. And I said, how can that be possible? I remember I walked into an office in San Diego. I sat into a presentation back in 1989, and I listened to some people, and they drew some numbers on the board, and they shared that 3% and 97%, and they said, what category do you fit into? And I kind of scratched my head. I never heard of this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but after I got a hold of the thing, I couldn't put it down. And it changed the direction in my life, just as I'm sure it did yours. And so when I read that book, there was 3 simple principles that they use in it that successful people use. Other people's ideas, other people's efforts, and other people's money. We'll share all those entities, how you can do that working with MasterCoin Plus and all the leadership that is here for you. The most important ingredient, folks, when you realize that, is timing. Back in 2009, when the crypto world started, literally the Bitcoin itself was launched by a gentleman. He doesn't take credit for it, and you can do all the research on it. He did a white page letter based upon that information, and it was literally at 10 cents, what they call a bit. Now a bit is, you'll get more to understand what a Bitcoin is, how that works, how the mining's, how it's mined, how it's put together, how it makes it available, and then how it becomes value for you and I. In our platform, we're going to share that with you this evening. And most importantly is the timing that we also shared about it. Even think about folks that are out there. You think about Richard Branson. Here he is talking, the gentleman that's from Virgin Airlines and multiple companies that he's built. You think about doing the same thing when it comes to inventing. You talk about the revolution in Bitcoin is doing the same when it comes to inventing a new currency, right? He's talking about currency here, and we understand that it's a commodity, but for you and I, we can use it as currency. Just as I'm sure they used gold at one time, or they bartered at one time. And then they went to a paper product. And then they went to they have different entities. Now they have a debit card. If there's money in your bank account, you can go ahead and use that debit card. That's a kind of a cryptocurrency in other ways, as long as there's money in the bank account. So we're sharing some pretty exciting things, but look at the research and look at the folks that are out there going, hey, right place, right time. I'm in that market also. Here it is, Richard Branson talking about that. And then most importantly, about our company. Here's Armour. We met him last week, and I'll tell you the stories that he shared, not only about his past, but about the vision of MasterCoin Plus, as well as our double Bitcoin family, and realize how that's important for all of us and how that migration is all going to come together. Not only about all his background, all the things that he's done in the industry, also his proven track record, but a U.S.-based company, registered in Florida, and on the federal level, he's done all the things for our financial future. And he really got tired of things that were happening out there. He says, listen, why don't we just take the icing off the cake and let's get into the cake here and put an opportunity for people together, not only that they can believe in, that they can feel confident in. We're not going anywhere. We're only going up. And you can ride that wave with us, right? It's like you can either be somebody in front of that freight train going west and say, man, if you get in front of that freight train going west, chances are you're going west. And that's really what he's put together. Now, as the company continues to grow, as more people are coming involved with us, really from a field perspective, as well as from a corporate perspective, he's really combing the organization, out there searching the right people that are aligning to the things that he wants to do, as well as the people he's bringing on board with him. He's not saying, hey, it's my way and it's the only way. He's literally working with everybody in the field with all their talents, saying, hey, let's bring the best. If I like that, great. If I like this, let's talk about it. Let's share with it. And he's done just that, blew us away with all the information he shared with us last week. In addition to that, let's talk about our products. Let's talk about the area that you may say, what are all these figures here? What are all these symbols here? Well, I'll tell you again, I have to promote out there. Peter Speech did a phenomenal job, literally working 24/7 over the past 72 hours, folks, putting this together for us. And this is just the beginning. You're seeing the infancy of what's going to be taking place in one of the most exciting companies, team, culture, all put together in one place for all of us. So again, we are flat excited, but these are just some of the areas that we'll be able to navigate through. But most importantly, you're going to have MasterCoin Plus and our Dublin Bitcoin process system and our company's back office support working for you. And we partner up with them. They do what they do, we do what we do, and we all share in the opportunity together. Very, very exciting times. Now, the plus factor, for all of us looking at this, what does that plus factor mean? Well, look at our full customer service. 10 plans available. That's from anywhere from just a little over $100, someone can get started with our opportunity, all the way up to a business seasoned veteran of 32-bit if they're in that opportunity to do that. They can acquire that type of coin and put it into our platform, and again, having that system work for their benefit as work alongside with us also. You know, we want people that want to participate with us. There are people just going to want to come in and make some money. Great, no problem. But we are also looking for some people that want to go out and help some really underpaid, overworked people get a better position in life. And to be in front of this opportunity for all of us, folks, I'm telling you, it is like the wave of the industrial age back in the 20s when J. Paul Getty came to this country with pennies in his pocket. And he started with pennies in his pocket, folks, and he started in the industrial industry, in the steel industry, and became a billionaire with literally $100 in his pocket. Well, here you are, less than a little over $100, you get started. Where could you be with MasterCoin Plus and our platform at Double Bitcoin? I'll tell you, it's exciting what we have. Immediate sign-up, auto upgrade option, auto renew option, daily pay option, free back office support and tools, no monthly fees, no waiting hashtags. And you're saying, wait a minute, what's a hashtag? I know how to post in the what is that, in the little bird there. I'm trying to think of the little tweet, I guess they call it, right? I know what hashtag is there. No, this is completely different, and we're going to teach you how this all works so that way you feel confident about working alongside of us. What do we do? What does the company do? Well, we increase your Bitcoin in 120 days, right? We monetize it. And again, MasterCoin Plus trades on many different cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, all these, as well as 700 altcoins. What's an altcoin? An alternative coin to Bitcoin and other currencies that are out there. You know, Tom and all his leaders and traders, they're specialists in what they do. If you like the opportunity to be at the right place at the right time, well, you found it here at MasterCoin Plus, folks. I'm telling you, it's exciting. Now, how do we do it? How do we, we love the understand the ups and downs of the market. Our platform may, of course, buy and sell the same currency, and of course, many times look at the advantage, the up and down trends without the down, so we can profit, again, in that 90% of the time. Think about that ratio. You know, I've been in the direct sale industry, guys, for over 33 years. The amazing thing is, how can a company, check this out, how can a company in the direct sale pay 70%, right? And you'll see in our compensation anywhere from 5 to 20%, and that's pretty exciting for a lot of folks working with our entity. But think about that for an example. Think about that. Companies say, all right, we pay 70% back to the field. Well, we're working on such a wonderful margin, 5 to 20%, plus your opportunity to, of course, monetize your Bitcoin every single day and month and grow it up to that 32-bit. I think Tom said earlier, our CEO says, if someone came in, even at our 1-bit package, and they didn't do anything, and maybe they set it up on the auto system in about a 2-year window, they could be at 32-bit without doing anything. Think about it, just sitting there. Do you know people go into a mutual fund, folks, and they put $5,000 on the backside of Microsoft and say, I'm going to put it in the mutual fund at Microsoft, see if I can make some money. You're not making any money. Your money's making you money. You hope you pull it out in time that you'll benefit from. Do you know how many people lost in that type of way of thinking? This is an active opportunity. This is where active people can come together and build something long term. So MasterCoin Plus, as well as our Double Bitcoin platform, folks, it is designed for you, and that's how we do it here. What do we do more? Well, MasterCoin plays in 45 different currencies. We talked about this earlier. And, of course, profit buying on one exchange and selling it to one another. Plus, we do all of it. And there's so many things that this company and the owner has on the drawing board. Could you imagine, maybe I'm talking out of turn here, how about having your own debit card that you can draw right out of your Bitcoin in your back office wallet here at MasterCoin Plus, and doing that and load your wallet and be able to go out and transfer it into, if you need currency, it's available for you. Is that pretty exciting? How about possibility of having some, maybe your own ATM, we'll call it a BTM machine. Do you know there's only 750 BTM machines in North America right now? You go to an ATM, there's over 40,000, I think, just not only North America, of ATM machines in our nation. I'm not talking globally. There's only 750 BTM machines. You talk to some of our folks that we've worked with over the past several months. We've gone down to Miami and scanned our little phone underneath it that had our wallet built in, and all of a sudden, boom, it loaded it, and all of a sudden we have that available. What if that's a possibility for you here at MasterCoin Plus, as well as our Double Bitcoin platform, to be able to access that and have the ability, have the buying power to go out and do something like that and be in front of the whole market? That's where we're going, folks, and we're just getting started. So as in we diversify in all the things, you can see also in the mining opportunity, the Bitcoin ATMs, we talk a lot about all those areas, folks. You can see some of the illustrations here. You look at this one cooling area here. That's a trading platform, a mining platform. You can see all the people, all the stats. I don't know about you folks, but that left-hand picture, how many want to sit in front of a computer all day and watch that? No. There are systems that work automatically, and there's hands-on traders that do things because they know there's other gaps in there that they become specialists in. That's what MasterCoin Plus is bringing to the table. And most importantly, right here, USA, global reach, we're here for you. Many opportunities that we have available for you. Now, our compensation plan, we want to pay people handsomely. A lot of people ask us all the time, how can a company pay this kind of money? We get that all the time. That's a silly statement, folks. Think about it. Think about if you're in sales, if you're making 25%, you think you're doing great based upon your own personal production. Now, for the first time in a lot of your lives, you can have participation. You can have an opportunity, what we call a left team and a right team, right? That's if you want to participate in. If you don't, you'll see up here where it has Bob in the first example here, and Bob has a blue icon. That blue icon represents one of these packages over here. I think it's a package number 3 at 9% in doing that, and he just may sit there and basically start earning in the compensation plan. No problem. There are other people that want to participate and understand, how do I qualify in this binary compensation plan? And it's also designed to pay you on the lesser leg volume. We're going to do extensive training on this, folks, for you, so you can understand about how you can monetize your platform and the compensation plan, and also in our pay plan here at MasterCoin Plus. All the systems, 7 different, so someone can't come and say, well, I'd love to get started, but I can't afford to. Sorry, everybody's got $100. If you can't, we'll help you. We'll do whatever we can to help you get started. But the point is, what if? What if this works for you? What if this is your new home and all of a sudden you go, you know what? This is exciting. I'm flat out excited about what's going on here. And folks, I'm telling you, in the next 5 to 10 years, they predict that Bitcoin itself is going to be a $500 million a bit in the next, let's just say they said between now and 2030. That's just 13 years away. Even if you own 1 bit, how are you doing? What if you started with a 1 bit here at, what is it, $2,600 a bit right now? I started when it was $911. A friend of mine said, hey, I want to try this program. I want to see if I can make $100 a day. Think about that number, folks. You know, the average person goes out and works. Let's just say you're making $10 an hour, 8 hours a day. That's $80, right? Right, $80, right? You're making $10, 8 hours. So after taxes, $55, $60 you're taking home. Put gas in the car, get a sandwich. Now you're down to $50 net. You go, wait a minute. That's me, Steve. You're talking about. How about $20 an hour, right? You got $20 an hour, $160 a day. You're an attorney now, right? So you look at these numbers here and think about someone just looking at our opportunity from our compensation plan and understand the possibilities here for you is beyond measure. So don't get concerned thinking, how does the company pay that out? It is on the lesser leg of business. Of course, we work in all the currencies that come into the company to help monetize that, to grow the platform for all of us to participate in. So that's not a big number, 7 to 20. Yes, it's very exciting, but it's going to be more exciting once you see how it pays out in your wallet. Now, here's our packages. And as folks, it's very important to realize when you see our package all the way from a 0.06 all the way up to a 32-bit package. But look at the progressions in the 7%, 8%, 9%, 10%, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. It's designed, in fact, our CEO is like a mathematician. right? He knows numbers. He's crunched the numbers. They ran the reports back and forth 10 times over. If we have this much coin coming in, if we have that much coin coming in, if we have that much business coming in, we have more Litecoin, and all of a sudden we start changing multiple currencies. But the point is how people can launch their business here at MasterCoin Plus in our Double Bitcoin platform. It is designed for all of us to monetize in 120 days. I know I sound excited, folks. I know I get all kind of ramped up, but I'm telling you, this is a game changer. This is where people can get involved at the right place at the right time and start working with us. Now, it's important for you to realize that we are going to have continuous training available here at MasterCoin Plus. In fact, we've got an event coming up that we're going to be doing our convention right here in Orlando, Florida, October 6th through the 8th. And not only when we talk to the CEO, Tom Armour, and he says, listen, Steve, we're going to be bringing people in that are experts in cryptocurrency, in trading, in mining. And we're going to have all kinds of different booths for people to engage with. But it'll all be umbrellaed underneath our MasterCoin family. That means if they're partnered up with us, they're going to be affiliates with us. We're not just having them sell their items there. They're going to be affiliates with us. Probably we'll have a little bit more control to do that. Why? Because we don't want to just have people come in and just make money off a bunch of people coming in that have put money into a company. We want to train you to make sure you understand the long term here at MasterCoin Plus and all the people we're working with. So there'll always be continuous training. Because I know when I learned from my mentor years ago, I was a blue-collar worker, had a couple years further education, but making my first 7 figures by the time I was 33, folks, it changed the direction of my family tree. Never in my entire life, when I moved from Massachusetts to Southern California, I sat into an office. I remember I put on my suit that I never wore except for a funeral or a wedding. I answered an ad in the newspaper, and the ad said, bottled water, 3 cents a gallon. I've trained somebody to make, I'm looking for somebody to train. I made $80,000 in the past 6 months, and I'm looking to train somebody to do the same. Now, I don't know if you would have answered it, but I did. And I met a preschool teacher that changed the direction of my life. But the most important thing is I made a decision. I made a decision to get started. Because I could have walked out and said, oh, that's one of those deals. Oh, these things don't work. Oh, this is great. I could have said all those things, right? But I got started. And it changed the direction of my life. My wife and I do some incredible things in ministry. I'm just sharing what this time freedom opportunity does for us. But most important, folks, you're on the ground floor. I'm telling you, this industry is going to get exciting. But most importantly, our MasterCoin Plus family is coming to you tonight to say, listen, we've got a great thing here. You can come out and meet us in Orlando. You can even call and see once you get started. You show your commitment in launching your program tonight, getting your position tonight qualified, getting started with our opportunity. And you know what? The owner's going to take that phone call. In fact, he took phone calls from people that weren't even enrolled yet. He said, yeah, I want to talk to him. I want to let him know what we've got. I want to meet him face to face. And he's doing that. And a good friend of mine, Peter, said, hey, Steve, would you mind taking a ride with me? And I really want to meet. I'm so tired of things that are going out there in the industry. I want to meet somebody face to face. I said, you bet, man. Let's make that trip. And it's exciting now because now we're at the point of getting started, which we've already done. But get back to the person that invited to this presentation, folks, because there are steps to really positioning yourself to maximize this opportunity. First thing to do is get enrolled. Second thing is get qualified. What does that mean? Well, you can get self-qualified or team qualified. And that simply means if you want to come in and get started, you'll qualify your top opportunity, your top position, or top really placement. I don't like using the word position because a position means that I've hired you on. So I'm going to say placement. You get your first placement locked in there, and then you're going to come back in and get your second to your first team on the left setup and your first team on the right setup. That means you'll own 3 of those companies, those entities, and you have 3 sources of income coming in. That's self-qualified. Team qualified is if you refer somebody once you get your account set up at the top, and you refer somebody to your left and refer somebody to your right, it also qualifies you. So don't think like, I don't have anybody, I don't know anybody. Folks, there are more overworked, underpaid people that are excited about the crypto. In fact, you talk to, out of 10 people that I've talked to, 9 out of 10 going, what's Bitcoin? How's that work? Is that like a little bite size of a computer? So what is that? No, they have no idea what it is. And it's been an amazing journey just in the past few months, folks, and we are just getting started. Third thing you want to do is set up your wallet in your back office. This is once you get your account set up, you're able to do that, so that way we know where to send your commissions. We know where to send your pay. If you're working in the compensation plan and you're working in the binary, we're going to teach you how to do that so it can monetize every day if you choose to, or you want to take the passive route and just go and sit on it. Hey, get a feel for it, no problem. But we want to make sure you maximize your business here at MasterCoin Plus. And of course, fourth thing, get trained and share with others. You know, folks, it's so important that you're here tonight because someone invited you to say, hey, listen, right now things are really exciting in the crypto world. And we want to team up with some people that have a long-term vision. Well, we want to team up with some people that have some background in the industry. Now, there's great people on this call that have probably been in the industry longer, but I always say to people, it's okay if you've been in the industry a long time, but what are you going to do today? What are you going to do today? A good friend of mine, Billy Reiner Wright, was a boxer, and he was a good boxer. He had huge hands. And his boxer trainer used to say to him all the time, he says, Billy, show me something you didn't show me yesterday. Boy, that stuck with me almost 35 years ago because it does make a difference what we do today. So please get back with the person who invited you on this broadcast. Folks, we've got a full schedule lined up for you. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. We'll open up calls at a later time, and that'll give you the opportunity to ask questions in detail. But please get your placement tonight. We'll do a training call in the future. God bless. Have a great night.